Hello students, in this video we are going to learn practice set 7.2 inverse variation. Before I solve the problems, I just want to explain you what is inverse variation. I'll try to explain this concept with some examples. Example number 1, suppose I have to paint my room. So I'll call some of the workers. Here, if I increase the number of workers, then time required to paint my room will be lesser. That means it will be completed in lesser days. That means they can do it very fast. Whereas when I decrease the number of workers, then it will take more time. So you're finding that if first quantity increases, it causes decrease in the second quantity in the same proportion. So it's an example of inverse variation. Let's go to the second example. Suppose I have to cover a certain distance. That means suppose I have to go from here to CD, and for that I'm using a car. I'm going by car. Now if I increase the speed of the car, then time required to cover the distance will be lesser. When I decrease the speed of the car, it takes more time. So once again here, increase in the first quantity causes decrease in the other in the same proportion. Then the pair is in inverse variation. That means speed and time, they are inversely proportional to each other. So these are the examples of inverse variation. I hope you understood. Now if x and y, they are in inverse variation, or x is inversely proportional to y, then the product of x and y is constant. Always remember, then x, y is a constant, and you can find out constant by putting the values of x and y. Now let's begin practice set 7.2. Question number 1. The information about number of workers and the number of days to complete a work is given in the following table. Complete the table. In this question, number of workers and number of days are given, but it is not told that whether the given variation is direct variation or inverse variation. So you have to confirm this is an inverse variation. More the number of workers, less the number of days required to complete the given work. Therefore, number of worker and days are in the inverse proportion. Therefore, the product of number of workers and days in each pair is constant. Now suppose number of workers and days. Number of workers 30, then 6 days it is given to you. When it is 20, then days 9, it is again given. But number of workers are not given when days are 12. So we'll assume as A. Same way, when number of workers 10, days are not given, assume as a B. And when days 36, number of worker C. As told earlier, product of each pair is constant. So 30 into 6 is equal to 20 into 9 is equal to A into 12 is equal to 10 into B is equal to C into 36. So write down 30 into 6 is equal to 20 into 9 is equal to A into 12 is equal to 10 into B is equal to C into 36. You can compare any two numbers, you can take any two equality and you can do it. Here I take 30 into 6 is equal to A into 12. You can take 20 into 9 is equal to A into 12. Any one will do. Now since I have taken 30 into 6 is equal to A into 12, A is equal to 30 into 6 upon 12, which will give you 180 upon 12. Therefore A is equal to 15. That means number of workers is equal to 15 when days equal to 12. Similarly, 30 into 6 is equal to 10 into B. Therefore B is equal to 30 into 6 upon 10. Same way, so 180 upon 10. 0 0 cancels. We'll get 18 upon 1, that is 18. So B is equal to 18. Now C, to find C, you write 30 into 6 is equal to 36 into C. That means C is equal to 180 upon 36. 36 5s are 180. So C is equal to 5. So write C is equal to 5. So you got A is equal to 15, B is equal to 18 and C is equal to 5. Let's go to second question. Question number 2. Find the constant of variation and write the equation of variation for the following examples given below. Question number 1. P is inversely proportional to Q. If P is equal to 15, then Q is equal to 4. Solution. P is inversely proportional to Q. That means P is proportional to 1 upon Q. It is given to you. Therefore, product of P and Q is equal to constant, where K is constant of variation. Note that K is non-zero. If P is 15, then Q is 4. It is given to you. So put the values and get 15 into 4 is equal to K. Therefore, 60 is equal to K. So K is equal to 60. That means constant of variation, which is equal to K, is equal to 60. Now equation of variation, it is equal to PQ, which is K. Therefore PQ is equal to 60. Second question, Z is inversely proportional to W. When Z is equal to 2.4, then W is equal to 24. Right, solution. Z is proportional to 1 upon W, that is Z is inversely proportional to W, given to you. Therefore product of Z and W is equal to K, where K is constant of variation. Therefore product of Z and W is equal to K, where K is constant of variation. It is non-zero. Put the values of Z and W to get K. So when Z is 2.5, then W is equal to 24. So product of 2.5 into 24 is equal to K. Therefore 60.0 is equal to K. Therefore K is equal to 60. Now write the answer. Therefore the constant of variation is equal to K is equal to 60 and equation of variation is equal to ZW is equal to 60. Third question, S is inversely proportional to T square. If S is equal to 4, T is equal to 5. Now write S is proportional to 1 upon T square. That means S is inversely proportional to T square. It is given to you. Therefore product of S and T square will be equal to K. Now when S is equal to 4, then T is equal to 5. It is given to you. So you are going to put the values of S and T to get K. Now be careful here. S is 4 and then you want T square. That means 5 square is equal to K. So 4 into 5 square is equal to K. That means 4 into 25 is equal to K. Therefore K is equal to 25 into 4 means 100. So you will get K is equal to 100. What is K? K is constant of variation. So you can write the answer, constant of variation, which is equal to K is equal to 100. Therefore equation of variation is ST is square is equal to 100. Fourth question, x is inversely proportional to root y. If x is 15, then y is 9. Again, write the same way. X is inversely proportional to root y, that is x is proportional to 1 upon root y given to you. Product of x into root y is equal to k, where k is constant of variation. Put the values of x and y. X is 15 and y is 9. So 15 into root 9 is equal to k. So 15 is 15, root 9 is 3. So 15 into 3 is equal to k. Therefore 45 is equal to k. Therefore k is equal to 45. Therefore constant of variation k is equal to 45. An equation of variation is equal to x root y is equal to 45. X root y is equal to k. Now k is 45. Therefore equation of variation is x root y. In place of k, write 45. I hope you understood. Third question, the boxes are to be filled with apples in a heap. If 24 apples are put in a box, then 27 boxes are needed. If 36 apples are filled in a box, how many boxes will be needed? So again, here number of apples and number of boxes, these two variables you can say are given to you. So assume number of apples filled in each box and number of boxes required. So solution, let the number of apples filled in each box be x and the number of boxes required be y. More the number of apples, less the number of boxes required. So once again, this is an example of inverse variation. So write down, this is an example of inverse variation. Therefore x is proportional to 1 upon y, that is x is inversely proportional to 1 upon y. Therefore product of xy is equal to k, where k is constant of variation. Now put the value of x and y. X is 24, then y is 27. Therefore k will be product of 24 and 27, that is 24 into 27 is equal to 648 is equal to k. Therefore constant of variation is equal to k is equal to 648. Since k is equal to 648, you can write equation of variation xy is equal to k is equal to 648. When x is equal to 36, then 36 into y is equal to 648, because in place of x I have written 36, y I don't know, and 648. Therefore y is equal to 648 upon 36, which will give you y is equal to 18. Now what is y? Y is number of boxes. So you can write the final answer. Therefore number of boxes required is equal to 18. Fourth question, write the following statements using symbol of variation. Number 1. The wavelength of sound L and its frequency F are in inverse variation. So you have L and you have F. So how to write? L is proportional to, it is inverse, so 1 upon F. If it is direct, then directly write L is proportional to F. So here we will write L is proportional to 1 upon F. Second, the intensity I of the light varies inversely with the square of distance of a screen from the lamp. So you have I and you have D. But you need square of distance, that means D square. Therefore answer will be I is proportional to, since it is inverse, so 1 upon square of distance, that is D square. So I is proportional to 1 upon D square, that is I is inversely proportional to D square. That's all. We have finished problem set 7.2. I hope you understood. Please learn practice set 7.1 and practice set 7.2. Then only you will be able to solve practice set 7.3. Till then, enjoy with maths. Thank you very much.